Earlier this year, I began to feel a call into full-time ministry. However, I did not feel like I knew enough or was good enough to be a pastor. I felt like there were so many people who knew so much more than me about the Bible. Who am I to try and teach them anything? Also still struggled in many ways because I was still relatively new to taking my faith seriously. During this time though, I had trusted friends and mentors speaking into my life. They constantly reminded me that God had a calling on my life and that He has big things in store for me if I trust Him and step out in faith and allow Him to lead. They helped me realize that nobody in ministry has it all together. I didn't need to have it all figured out to get started. I just needed to step out in faith and take my next step. Have you been in a situation like that? Have you ever felt like God was calling you to something, but you just didn't feel like you were enough or you weren't sure that you were ready to do it? Maybe God is calling you to a promotion at your job, but you're not sure that you're equipped for it just yet. Maybe God is calling you to serve in kids ministry or worship, but you're not quite sure that you're a good enough singer or fun enough for the kids. Maybe God is calling you to be better stewards with your finances and giving, but you might have to give up something up. Maybe it's as simple as praying for someone, but you just feel like you're not good enough at praying. In this passage, we see Moses go through feeling similar to what many of us feel today. While tending to his flock, God calls him from a burning bush and tells him to go before Pharaoh, for he's going to free his people from the oppression of Egypt. We see in verse 11, Moses protests to God. He says, "Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?" You would think that he would be overjoyed to hear that his people are finally going to be set free. But instead, he questions God. God, are you sure that you're picking the right person? I don't think I'm the guy. I think this is something that we've all felt before when God leads us out of our comfort zone. We see God respond though in verse 12. He says, "I will be with you, and this is your sign that I am the one that has sent you." God is saying, yes, Moses, you are the person that I have chosen to carry this out. God says in verses 19 and 20 that He knows that the king of Egypt will not let you go, so I will raise my hand and strike the Egyptians, and then He will let you go. God is saying, just do as I have called you to do, and step out in faith, and I will make a way. We see later on in Exodus that God does just that. Moses does as God has asked, and God makes a way for the Israelites to be free from Egypt. Today, I challenge you to find one thing that God has called you to that you've said, God, I can't do that, or God, I'm not ready for that, and step out in faith and allow God to lead. This past fall, I attended a conference and one of the speakers said, God calls and then He equips. It may seem like you're not prepared, but if God is calling you to it, then He will equip you for it. So just go after it and allow God to equip you along the way.